I first picked up a video camera when I was about 10 years old. So all throughout high school and just growing up, I was always making movies with my friends. I knew that that's what I wanted to spend my life doing. I've never really looked back since. Biola's film program really stood out to me at the time just because of the resources that they had and the way the program was structured to give the students a lot of freedom to create their own program and figure out what it was that they wanted to do, find their place in film. While I was a student still at Biola, I formed my company, New Renaissance Pictures, and a lot of the ideas about how I wanted our company to operate and what I wanted us to do came out of my education at Biola. Every year, Biola has a media conference for Christian filmmakers and artists, and one of the years was actually focusing on the New Renaissance and what that meant for Christian storytellers. It struck me when I first heard that concept that as we as Christians learn how to become better filmmakers, we have the opportunity to bring about another renaissance of incredible art. And so I took that as sort of my calling in terms of what I need to do at Biola and beyond was to be one of these people who would further a renaissance in film and a renaissance for Christian storytellers. It's just a cool part of the way God's created this world that the stories that resonate with us are stories with truth. Whether it's a fun story like a Star Wars or a really dramatic film like The Shawshank Redemption, they're films that are infused with great truths, and the parts that we remember are the parts that are God's truth. Everything that my company does now is focused on how we can better tell stories and better communicate the ideas of our faith in solid, entertaining ways. We saw the rise of YouTube and just the overall popularity of online video, and that we had a chance at this very special particular time in history to be ahead of the curve and to do something that nobody was doing yet. The audience loves short snippets, short little 3 to 5 minute videos, and so the question was, how could we tell these longer stories that we wanted to tell, these feature-length films, to an audience that wants to get things in little bite-sized chunks. We realized that the old way of telling stories, the serial model that you used to have back in the 30s, could still work today. We could still chop up these longer stories and tell them in these little snippets and kind of break the model in that way. When we started, we had no idea what the response was going to be like for our shows, whether anyone would watch them. And so to very quickly have the support of YouTube and to have tens of thousands of people watching every week was a huge shock to us. We're competing in an industry that's relatively new, that's also populated by large studios, well-funded operations. And it's neat to see that the playing field is level enough right now that we can do that and that we can have our stories heard just as well as they can. I love that Biola is preparing young Christian filmmakers to tell good stories. We have the opportunity now for anyone to pick up a camera and make a movie. The challenge and the important thing is telling good stories with film, understanding how the art form works and what you can do with all of these tools.